All right, family. Black Power. Black Power is the truth hour with General Sarah Soon said he kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Soon said YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all already know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. You're feeling that frequency and energy. You should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description. It's in the chat. Click it. You'll get a video introduction rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join, even if you don't. I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Soon said YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm, KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Soon Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor accessories for every room in the house. I got something for your family. Get on over there. Check out the catalog. Get you something nice. Get a discount. Shop and save and shop. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. SETI University. Over 2,000 videos. Over 40 different subjects. All the subjects that you know and love from the general, and some that you didn't even know would be on the website. Plus, we got hand-picked documentaries from the grandmaster teachers, hand-picked lectures. There is no other website on the planet that can compare or compete. You should become a member today if you're a Black Power truth seeker. Is a must for your family. And everybody knows SETI popping on Patreon, dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon, over 500 exclusive live streams. No matter what level you join at, as soon as you join, you get access to tons of material that been uploaded on that particular level for 4 years now. So it don't make a difference what level you join. You got fire waiting on you when you join. So become a patron today. I'm on Rumble. You already know I won't stumble or fumble. The Black Power revolutionary that won't stumble or fumble. I want you to subscribe to my Rumble today so we can act up in class. Go over there, disrupt class on Rumble like we supposed to. That's right, family. All those that donated to the general, I thank you. I appreciate the fact you appreciate me. Any of the family out there would like to donate to the hard-working general. You know I'm out here spitting fire in every direction. The link right down in the video description, in the chat, on the screen. You can click it, donate. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels. King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Soon Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share it with your family and friends. And comment. Just don't say nothing stupid because I will ban your ass. Here we go, family. Now, I know this is going to be touchy. A lot of y'all got the itis, and you know what I'm saying? And you got loved ones, and you got loved ones, and you just don't want to hear this. You know, this might hurt. This might go to the core of your soul and hurt you today. The things that, that might be said. So we just letting you know right now, if you can't act like you got good sense, then you might as well go ahead and leave the battlefield. You understand what I'm saying? Because we going hard in the paint over here. Is the wolf man real? And why is he seared into the minds of the Western world? You see, seared. Now I want y'all to understand something. And you can take it how you want. You see, when you think about African people, okay? Think about African people. The greatest, of our heroes and sheroes is spiritual. We got spiritual beings, spiritual avatars. You see, those who rise up in face of adversity, And so we got, heroes and sheroes, spiritual, icons that, who are revered beyond all others. But when you go into the Western world, see, I want y'all to listen to me now. When you go into the Western world, the icons, the most revered is the most feared entities. You see, they don't have no spiritual writings. Do you know that? Did you know that? When you think about all the spiritual writings in the world, you see, they in the South. No matter which ones they is, whether we respect them or not, whether it be the biblical, whether it be the Quranic, the Vedas in India, the Nile Valley scriptures. Name me some scriptures that come up out of Europe. Some that, we talking about that the world would follow. You see? Where at? They don't have those type of scriptures. They don't have that. What they have is stories of likings and vampires and brutal beasts that lurk in the dark. You see? That's what they have. And we have to ask the question, why do these entities remain, the dominant icons still of the Western world? You know what I'm saying? Well, you got whole genres of horror films. You see, horror film, and it's just an endless amount of movies that come out every year. And you got to think to yourself, like, who the fuck is thinking this shit up? Who the fuck is thinking this shit up? Either you got them B movies and shit, and they just as sick. They just as sick. They just on the low budget sickness. You see, low budget sickness, nevertheless still sick, And I start, sometimes I peak at one or two, but it just never when I think about how just over and over they think of diabolical shit, and you thinking, how in the fuck, what would, we have to conceive this shit in our minds and our spirits. You feel me? You got to conceive this shit in your heart and your mind, and you take it to you write it out in a script and shit. You write it out in a script, but it's in your heart and your mind to conceive this shit. How and where and what type of individuals are, sitting back in the dark thinking this shit up, thinking about, all this diabolical and demonic shit. Okay? And so, the werewolf, the liking, is one of the most, revered and feared icons of the Western world, and still to this day, when you look at, many of the movies out there, he still has a presence, as great, along with the vampire. That those two, they don't make spiritual movies like that. It's all horror movies, whole genres. They don't have genres for real, for spiritual movies like that, because they don't have spirituality. You see, we have to look at what, what they look at and see as spiritual. Everybody's frequency is not the same. Everybody's frequency is not the same. No, not at all. You know, and so I'm gonna tell you something that is realer than what you want to believe. A lot of y'all just, and I could take you there, but I can't. This is too raw. And so we're gonna do the griot thing today. You see, it's realer than what a lot of y'all want to believe, and some of you do believe. Some of you do believe because you might be in there with the liking right now. Yeah, you might be in there with the liking right now. You see, it shocked me. I say, damn, when you think of, the reality, how that motherfucker transformed into a wolf man. And I'm thinking into my heart, when you think about any creation, as far as cartoons or anything in the movies, it got to come up in the mind. You see, it got to appear, but it got to be something that gives birth to that concept. You have to see something. You have to see something. And then you build on that. Then you build on that. So where did this wolf man originally come from? You see? Now, it's things that shock me. When I began to do one of my, which is probably one of my most profound documentaries of all time. The Making of the White Man. See. There, here we go. Do you know when I first did that I did that lecture, I did it in 2007. I believe that was the first time that I did that documentary. 2007. And I'm going to tell you, it was almost like a horror movie for real. People was literally in shock. Literally in shock when I did that. Because they had never, and see, I knew in my mind, I say, you know what? A lot of these motherfuckers, you just can't talk to them. You can't just, everybody else, like, you had your Elijah Muhammad's and all that. And they said that, the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal was a beast, but nobody ever brought it to the screen. Nobody ever put it in their face like that. And here come Sarasun Seti with the Making of the White Man. Creatures from the Caucasus. And man, literally, man, I'm going to tell you for real. I'm not even lying. Motherfuckers didn't come back. Some people didn't come back. And I was out at True Bookstore, and this was in Southfield, in Northland Mall. It's no longer there, It's no longer there. They tore that mall down. But, it was people that didn't even come back to the bookstore for over a year. And I'm serious. We was like, God damn. It fucked people's mind up to see, because, just saying it. But when you see for yourself that these people put this out, you can't blame it on me. You can't blame it on me. That shit was everywhere. You see? And I was like, God damn, is this real? Man, I stopped, you know what? You could keep going on and on and on and on. I shut that shit down. I didn't want to make a habit out of this shit. I thought I just had to keep going and going. And, And just as much as you motherfuckers got the itis and the ptosis, I say, you know what? I had to shut it down. I didn't want to, I went in deep enough to scar a motherfucker, scar him, and that's all. I want you to. I want to have enough where is you can, and motherfucker, I'm gonna just keep, just enough to just scar motherfucker. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you ain't gonna get away from here without the truths mangling your ass. And so when I knew I had that package, you feel me? I had to back away from certain certain shit like that. I didn't want my mind to witness that shit like all the time, But I knew that our people needed to see that because they was deep in the ptosis. They was deep in the itis. I had to break. And even then, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was like, how dare you? How dare you, SETI? But I knew it had to be done. And so I say, damn, the love of the dog. Yeah, the love for that dog. I say, Vow. You see? Vow. You got certain words that are, you vow, motherfuckers. What is you doing? Oh my God, what is you doing? You ain't nothing but the beast, man. That's all. Wait a minute, hold up. Hold the fuck up. Hold up. Yeah. Wait a minute, hold up. Let me cut right. Let me cut in here right quick. Yeah, I say, what the fuck? What is this? What is this? Wait a minute, where we at? Wait a minute, where we at? Wait a minute, here we go. I say, what the fuck? Is that it? Here we go. I got to bring it back, y'all. I got to bring it back.
Long ago, set down by the greatest ape of all, our lawgiver. Cornelius, come here. Reach into my pocket. Read to him the 29th scroll.
Read it.
6th verse.
Read it.
Beware the beast man, for he is the devil's pawn.
Beware of the beast man, for he is the devil's pawn. Did you hear that? The beast man. We didn't say it. Wait a minute. We got to have church today, y'all. We got to have church today. Nah, we didn't say it. See, you got to listen. You got to listen. That's why I like that you got to put it up there where it's out their mouth. You have to let them, you got to get original material. Straight from the beast man. That's what you got to do. So when they get to rumbling and understand what I'm saying, motherfucker, you foaming at the mouth, motherfucker. You got rabies. Yeah, you got rabies and shit. We know what the problem is. And see, the thing is, when you got, these motherfuckers got the demons and shit, you got to call that demon name. You can't just play with them. You got to call that demon name. And when you call that goddamn demon name, they're going to start foaming at the mouth. You see what I'm saying? They're going to know who they are. Wait a minute. We ain't done. Let's have some church now. We got to have church. We got to have church.
Alone among God's primates, he kills for sport or lust or greed. Yea, he will murder his brother to possess his brother's land.
He will murder his brother to possess his brother's land. Ain't that what they doing all over right now? And that ain't even his brother's land. he taking land that his brother took. That ain't even his brother's land. You see? He just taking land that his brother took. They just taking from one another. Listen.
Let him not breed in great numbers, for he will make a desert of his home and yours.
You can't let him breed in great number. Listen to me. Listen to me. And I want you to listen to me well. He's telling you all the things that you should know. See, and he the one wrote that movie. And in that movie, he reveals some very important information. He will turn his land into and yours into a desert. That's exactly what he said. You see, that's exactly what he said. His land and yours into a desert. He will destroy. Ain't that what's happening? Ain't that what's happening? Look, you can look at, go right on goddamn YouTube. Every goddamn city out here is a wasteland. A wasteland. People high all in the goddamn streets. You see? War everywhere. Bombs falling everywhere. The threat of nuclear war everywhere. But see, we talking about this wolf man. And so as we talk, but see, what he said, you got to listen. He said the beast man. See? We didn't say it. Did we say it? Did we say it? Or did they say it? Wait a minute.
Shun him. Drive him back into his jungle lair.
Shun him. Drive him back into the cave. That's what he said. He didn't say be his friend. He didn't say put him up on the wall and make him God. He didn't say put him up on the wall and make him God. Is that what he said? No, he said shun him and drive him back into his cave lair. You see, you don't want to do that. You're fond of him. Listen.
For he is the harbinger of death.
He's the harbinger of death.
I found nothing in the cave to alter that conception of man, and I still live by its injunction. What I know of man was...
You see that? He said there's nothing that he found in the cave that could cause him to change his mind. Nothing. Nothing. But you love him. You see? And so as I had to bring that back up, So as I was, like I say, as you understanding that there's some people out here that, like they got demigods, right? They got demigods where, a deity mates with a mortal. You see, a deity mates with a mortal. And so in many places, the dog is the deity. Do you know that? And there was many stories in Greek mythology that just blew my mind. I said, what the fuck is they doing in this shit? Yeah, that shit is wicked. That one about the Minotaur. Yeah, the Minotaur where where was it? I believe it was Zeus. One of them, Zeus, changed himself into a bull. You see, and there was some intermingling with mortals and shit and this, that, and the Minotaur came out. Half bull, half man. I said, what is this shit? Yeah. I say, oh no, y'all motherfuckers is wicked. So when we thinking of, that came about through, intermingling with the guy, with beasts. That's what they mean by the beast man. That's what they mean by the beast man. And y'all think this shit is a game. And so the DNA, and people say that they got, all these damn animal genes and certain motherfuckers. Yeah, Beowulf, him too. Beowulf, yeah, that's another one of them wicked motherfucker stories. Ugly looking ass motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Half this and half that. Yeah. So I say, wow, this is, and so when we talk about the wolf man, this is why he's because they have longed to, be one with the wolf, one with the, you go even into Rome, you see Remulus and Romulus, suckling from the she wolf, the Lupercalia, the Lupa. You see, that's right. Thank you, family. Yeah, the Lupa. And they celebrate at the Lupercalia, where they celebrate the wolf, the she wolf, and so that right there, you suckling from a she wolf, yeah, that's saying something that we not, it's deeper than what we think. They identify, they venerate, they worship these things. They don't have no prophets coming up out of Europe. They don't have, you go into anywhere in the African world, anywhere in the Kushite world, it's the prophets, it's the righteous, teachers that are the greatest icons. But when you go into the Western world, it's the liking, it's the vampire. You see, it's Jack the Ripper, is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and all of these are the greatest icons of the Western world. So we have to ask ourselves, like, what? And we don't realize that, hell, we right amongst them. We don't understand where we, and what we dealing with, because we in self-denial. We in self-denial. And a lot of what this evolution shit ain't got nothing to do with us, coming from monkeys and shit. No, that ain't got nothing to do with us. This is speaking to a deeper, imagery of people, who live in the Western world. We got to deal with that. And I don't give a goddamn, we are the world and all this, that, and the third. You a fool. You a fool for denying yourself the reality in which we live and who we live amongst. We are goddamn, we damn fools, not to deny ourselves the truth. And we can no longer do that. This is not no mythology. This is not no goddamn, this is an eternal icon that'll never going nowhere. You see, never going nowhere, will always have a place amongst the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal. And another thing, the fact that many of them, if they do not shave, you gonna see. Say what you want to say. Say what you want. It got to come from somewhere. Where did it come from? You in denial. Some of you ain't in denial. You lying, motherfucker. You know what it is. You all right with it. That's just what, that's what it comes down to. You all right with it. Yeah, they do. They do. This shit right here too raw for YouTube. I could have came on, but I didn't want to do that because we want to stay, we want to stay present. We just want to reach out there and let people know, because they've been coming over. I'm going to let them know. Don't come over here. I know you. Don't have me get that Gillette out. Don't have me get that goddamn Gillette out. I don't even think Gillette, them motherfuckers need the goddamn hedge clippers. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker can't come out there with the hedge clippers. You see? Yeah, I know. Motherfucker can't get up there with no regular, can't get up in there with no Andes and no walls. No, you'll fuck your shit up. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you go up on that motherfucker with some Andes or some them, that shit gonna jam up on the first. That shit gonna get wrapped up in there. You got to come up in that motherfucker with them goddamn edge clip. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you got to get that one where where you hear that motherfucker chopping. You gotta yank that motherfucker like. You got to hear that one you can hear around the block. You can hear them. Yeah, that's how you got to come. Get a motherfucker roll over that motherfucker back with a lawnmower. Yeah. The one or two on what? On a goddamn shit or one. Motherfucker, you need a a one or a two. You trying to, that motherfucker will blow up in your motherfucking hand. And boom. That motherfucker blow up in your head trying to go up on there with a one or a two. The motherfucking motor will get hot and just explode on your ass. Boom. Shit. Hell no, man. You better not dare try to do these motherfuckers. You better go in there, but you gotta go in there with them big ass. Chop. Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, family, it's realer than what you think. Is the Wolfman reared into the minds of the Western world? Why does it remain an icon greater than any prophet that ever existed in the African or the Kushite world? We got to ask these questions. These are very serious questions that we must answer. We'll be right, Black family. I appreciate y'all being out here today. This is General Sarasun Seti. Yeah, you can't put no God on there, dog. Can't put no God on there. You got to no gods. And you got to have them high-powered ones, too. Don't come in there playing. Straight up. Don't come in there playing. This is General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself, or a motherfucker, a weed whacker. You know how them weed whackers, that ain't gonna even work. You know how them weed whackers get caught up in them tall weeds, that shit'll wrap up in there. You know what I'm saying? You can't even come with a weed whacker. Motherfucker got to come with that goddamn, that lawnmower, nigga. You feel me? Arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.